And we now continue with the U.S. Shidokan Open. And our fighters coming up, it's going to be Japan versus Canada. There's Hideshi Ohyabu, 26 years old, 5'8", 154 pounds, versus Paul Rousseau from Canada at 23, 5'6", 154, same weight, but once again, different fighting styles.
Yeah, and Paul Rousseau beat Darryl Go in the preliminaries. And he was a Wing Chun stylist. This guy's a Shidokan stylist. He's going to have a difficult time.
What can we expect from Rousseau this time?
Rousseau's got that big, powerful right and left hand, and Ohyabu also is a big, powerful puncher on the inside, but Ohyabu has the knee and kick advantage, I believe.
Looks like a little frisking going on there. What is that?
Make sure that they don't have any shin guards in place that they shouldn't have.
Handguns or chains, sledgehammers. They're getting ready now.
Now, this guy Rousseau, he was a high school wrestling champion.
He's got a look of fear. Do you see that, too?
I don't know. There's intensity in both their eyes. That big left hand of Ohyabu is very important here.
He's blocking every punch coming at him.
Rousseau retaliating with that kick to the femur.
The intensity of Ohyabu.
The repeated pounding to that right femur is very destructive. That tract shortens up and you can't move your leg.
Hard to recover from that.
It's impossible to recover from that.
In the red, by the way, is Rousseau. That's how you can tell. He's from Canada. Again, Canada versus Japan.
And this kid Rousseau can do it all. He can box, he can wrestle, he can kick.
Ohyabu's got that good left hand. That was the tough thing with Rocky Balboa as a southpaw.
Terrific takedown was great. But that wasn't a clean takedown.
Don't forget, ladies.
Just the absolute pounding to the upper body with those reverse punches. Careful with Rousseau behind you because he can take you down.
Rousseau in the red.
Great right hand lead and a counter from Ohyabu.
Rousseau seems like he can't protect himself anymore.
Notice the way the referees break after 3 seconds. That's very important. Keeps the action going. Different from other Japanese tournaments.
Keeps them killing each other, too.
The idea is to not get any rest periods for these fighters. Ohyabu finished with a great left roundhouse to the femur.
Well, we've got a draw here, which means we take it into the next level.
Well, you notice that he didn't get points for the takedown because it was not clean.
And that's important. That's one of the good things. Even though this is such high action, there are specific rules, keeping it gentlemanly and keeping it civilized.
You can see Rousseau's wrestling experience come into play here. He does a little go behind. He's got the ankle up in the air, grabs around the waist, touches the right ankle, and pulls him over the leg. Just not clean enough for this kind of tournament.
This will take us into round 2. Looks recovered, doesn't he? These guys know what they're doing. They are professionals. They've been training for years. 8 years, Paul Rousseau, Hideshi Ohyabu for many years as well.
They're off. Those low punishing roundhouse kicks are just terrific. See, Ohyabu's pant leg is starting to rip. Little go behind, and another nice takedown, but still, I don't believe that was clean enough.
Now, clean versus not clean.
Now, in judo, you know, there's different degrees in which you can take somebody down, and you get different points for it. In this, if you take a guy down perfectly and follow with a punch, you get a point.
And if you don't, you don't. Now, look at that. That's dirty fighting, would you say?
No, that's just the inability of the uniform to take that kind of abuse.
Blame it on the cloth. Rousseau is in red. He's from Canada. Hideshi Ohyabu from Japan. Japan versus Canada.
Watch the way these
global event.
Shidokan stylists put their punches together. It's like 1, 2, 3, and then follow with a kick to the leg. Oh, very bad for Rousseau. He lands an inadvertent left hand to the face of Ohyabu, and oh, this is a true testimony to the toughness of this individual. That's a penalty point issued.
We know him, though. We know he's going to get up.
That could hurt Rousseau. He loses a point.
He'll at least get warned.
Oh, he wants to fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is no punching to the face.
That's it. Watch the face punch.
Oh, yeah, straight
Right
on the
there.
button.
How? Look at it coming down. Boom!
Perfect straight left, right on the button.
So there will be a penalty.
Oh, he wants to fight.
Wouldn't you?
Oh, he's a tough guy. I don't know. He wants to fight.
Well, they both do now.
Rousseau's got his hand out. He's saying he's sorry and apologizing there behind the referee's back.
Seem to be evenly matched all of a sudden.
It's a lot more respect here in this round.
Yeah.
Tries again for that left roundhouse kick from inside. Tough little kick with no pivot there.
Remember, these people aren't paid to be here. This is passion. When you get to be this good, this is where you go.
Rousseau's got that great right hand, and Ohyabu's got that wonderful little left. Ohyabu seems to be the much smarter puncher here. He puts one under the left arm, one over the right hand.
And we'll be back with round 3. We now continue with the U.S. Shidokan Open, and there's Hideshi Ohyabu getting a little instructions in the corner, getting ready. We're going to see an instant replay here to show the unclean throw, because, of course, the one doing it has to remain standing, right, John?
Yeah, after the throw, he has to still be standing upright. And you can see, at this point in time, everything's great, but then he loses his own footing and falls on top of him.
Now, the score is 0-0. Paul Rousseau does have that penalty.
That's going to weigh heavy.
Paul Rousseau in the red, he's from Canada. Hideshi Ohyabu from Japan. Global competition. Both sides of the planet.
Yeah, we got a real nice infighting here. Rousseau almost lands the left roundhouse kick, as Ohyabu has been doing almost all night. Tries again.
Of course, there's got to be a slight disadvantage having a rip in the gi the way Ohyabu does. In the pant leg there.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Rousseau seems to be looking at Ohyabu's chest to see which way his shoulders are going to move. Seems to be concentrating on that.
I think Ohyabu's well aware of the little go-behind tactics of Rousseau now. He doesn't let him slip around anymore.
You know, John, this has got to look strange to people watching. We've seen so many punches and hits and all this going on, and yet the score is still 0-0.
Yeah, and it's a penalty point against Rousseau. Let's not forget that. In a normal bare-knuckle contest, they would just award this to Ohyabu. But in this kind of contest, they let the judges not play such a very important role. They let the fighters fight it out.
So they put the gloves on. This way the fighters decide who's going to win, which removes any prejudice that a judge might have, for instance, hopefully, right?
Right. They're going to take the gis off the tops, and they're going to put on 10-ounce gloves. This is overtime. This is Shidokan rules of overtime.
Now, without the gloves, you can't hit to the face. With the gloves, you can.
Right, you can hit to the face. You're still not able to elbow to the face.
Uh-huh.
But this is a different game.
So now we've taken it to the next level where the gentlemen decide who's better.
Right, and we don't have to go out and break boards or prove things in obscure ways.
But we prove it in the most obvious way. There's your score right there, as you can see, 0-0-0-0-0-0. And that hopefully will change here at round 4. Rousseau wearing red, by the way. He's in the corner from Canada, and Hideshi Ohyabu from Japan.
Rousseau has a 7-1 kickboxing record. So he comes in with some experience.
2-minute round.
Both fighters couldn't close
Eddie Yoshimura in there just manhandling his lightweights. Oh, you could hear that blow from here.
Rousseau's taking an awful beating.
You know, Rousseau has a really good right hand to the body. Let's see if he can count. Oh, he just got counted over the top. 2 left hands on the right.
I think we're going to see some sort of decision being made here between the two. What's your prediction?
I don't know. Right at this point in time, we're looking at a really strong round. Ohyabu trying to get that knee in.
Still looks like a pretty even match, doesn't it?
Trading front kicks. And that knee trying to get in again. Ohyabu with an overhand right 3 in a row.
We are seeing fatigue setting in, though. Look at Rousseau in the red. He's just sort of hanging on there, clutching Ohyabu.
Oh, beautiful left knee by Rousseau. Straightened Ohyabu right up. Careful with Rousseau so close to him again. Not a clean takedown again.
One has to remain standing on that.
Ohyabu with a very nice overhand left.
Rousseau is really looking wiped out there.
I don't think so, Kerry. I think he's counter-punched terrifically in this round. Protected himself from those knees.
Well, there's the bell. We'll find out as we continue. We now continue with the U.S. Shidokan Open. As you see there, round 5, another extension overtime.
Got to be careful with Rousseau behind you like that. Oh, Eddie Yoshimura didn't like that at all.
And you've got an even score, and of course Rousseau's got that warning. One more warning. He's out of there.
This fight is very even.
Japan versus Canada. Rousseau, he turns around, you see the red sash. He is the Canadian. Ohyabu from Japan, real powerhouse.
Yet another takedown, but just not clean, and Rousseau has not remained standing afterwards. A nice right hand by Rousseau. And Ohyabu holds on. Another right hand. Yoshimura breaks. Ohyabu with a burst of energy. Gotta be careful there. And a single takedown leg, but still not clean.
One has to remain standing every time. Now those takedowns have got to hurt. They've got to sap your energy, John.
Very, very tough. And continually being put on your back is very difficult for the bottom man.
So these guys don't even have time to recover. They just are forced to get back up. When you're involved in this fight, you can't just leave, stop in the middle. You've got to take it through to the end.
No, if the ring doesn't hold you in, then the referee does.
It's an endurance test like none other. That's what makes Shidokan so different. That's why they come in from all over the world for it.
You can see the fatigue setting in both these fighters. Their mouths are wide open.
And those gloves have just got us smart each time. There's the bell again.
Yoshimura looking for evidence of someone winning this round. We see the takedown and Rousseau losing his feet.
Well, you know what it looks like? Score is even again. That's right. That means we go into yet another extension, round 6 of overtime.
Unprecedented in this event. Simple slip and fall.
How far can this fight go, I wonder? Any thoughts yet, John?
Well, this
how do you know
is dead even to me, and obviously to all the judges. 6 lead left.
I'll tell you, exhaustion is beginning to set in.
This is a terrific fight.
Just think, John, whoever wins this is going to have to end up in the finals, still fighting more.
A little collapse here.
These guys must be motivated by maybe Ohyabu by honor at this point, fighting against a Canadian.
Well, his teacher was right there in the audience, only 10 feet away.
The drive of these guys, the stamina to keep getting up and going back at it.
And there's Rousseau popping up.
It's like a sudden burst of mania here.
Yeah, Rousseau is psyched up here. Ohyabu's mouth is just gaping open.
I think we're down to the nut here. These guys want to make it happen.
Rousseau again getting hit on the way in.
He's almost desperate looking. Do anything.
Referee in total control of this match.
Seeing an example of the fight-or-flight syndrome. There goes the mouthpiece. Rousseau just lost his mouthpiece. It's in the ring there to the left. Rousseau in red from Canada. Bell's up.
Who do we give this one to?
Well, who can tell? Can this possibly go to another round? Look at Rousseau. He's looking kind of damaged.
Rousseau looks fresh. Ohyabu's mouth is hanging open.
Yeah, right. But we'll find out. Don't go away. The U.S. Shidokan continues. We now continue with the U.S. Shidokan Open. There's Hideshi Ohyabu. He's talking to the judges, and I guess he's going to have to talk to all of them. Of course, the idea is to give the fighters the gloves, and as you can see, the score there is zip, and the fighters decide who wins. But these guys have gone 6 rounds already. They're almost dead, so somebody's going to have to make a decision.
Ohyabu is now telling all the judges that we're only going to go 1 more round. So they tried to leave it up to the fighters, but now it is going to go to the judges' decision, I guess.
This would take us into the 5th minute of overtime extension. Unheard of. These guys are brutalized. Here's Ohyabu, he's from Japan. Paul Rousseau, right there on the right, wearing the red, he's from Canada. Japan versus Canada. These guys are going to do it. We're talking 2 sides of the planet competing in Shidokan.
Oh, they jumped the gun.
Samurai time, right here, right now. The warrior spirit alive and well. These guys mean to win.
Now, Ohyabu is dominating. Little rabbit punch behind the head.
It's a sudden burst of energy. And remember, Rousseau's got penalties and warnings. If he gets 1 more, he loses automatically.
You see that little knee to the femur by Ohyabu. Ohyabu with a takedown of his own.
30 seconds.
The stamina these guys have is incredible. There's Tomasz Kucharewski in the corner there. He's the undisputed heavyweight world champion, also living in Canada. Trained with Rousseau great many times. Funny how they may not speak the same language, but they sure fight it, don't they?
I think Ohyabu has the edge here.
Oh, we're getting down to the nut, just a few more seconds. And there's the bell. Now it's decision time.
Ohyabu's got his hands up.
Well, that's that. Does Ohyabu want another extension?
Rousseau does not look pleased with himself.
Well, the decision's about to be made. We know that Rousseau has penalties against him. Ohyabu has no penalties against him. And it's been given to Hideshi Ohyabu from Japan. Japan over Canada.
And a very dejected Rousseau.
And the crowd loves it. The crowd is just really loving that decision, aren't they? Maybe a lot of Canadians sitting in there. Sportsmanship.
A terrific fight.
Yeah. Brutal. Tomasz Kucharewski again from Poland. Yeah, Rousseau. Not much of a grin with that mouthpiece, huh? You know, listen to that crowd. We either have an audience of just Canadians or they simply don't agree with that decision. Look how bummed he looks there.
Rousseau, a tough, discontented opponent.
And remember, he also had those penalties, which weighed heavily against him. Ohyabu had none.
Ohyabu landed the majority of the punches in this round.
Tough fighters, both of them. You got to admire two guys who keep coming back like that. Julie's with Paul Rousseau right now to get his reaction.
Hey, I'm here with Paul Rousseau. Paul, you fought an amazing fight. Now, the whole beauty of this is that usually the decision is made by the fighters. It doesn't usually go to judges. Your fight went to the judges. Do you feel like it was a fair decision?
I don't really know what to think about it. If I could put my techniques together like I usually can, it went to have to go to the judges' decisions. But
you seemed to hurt him continually, but he kept coming back. What did you think of that?
Well, he's like a leech, you know, that guy. But you know, if I could have fought like.
What do you mean a leech?
He's always on you. He's always on you. You don't want to get off.
It did. It seemed like it turned into a wrestling match almost.
Sure. It
Did he hurt you?
No, he didn't hurt me. You know, he kept punching me in the throat, and you know, I'll cheat more than anybody if somebody else is cheating. But
Were you pleased with your performance here in Chicago?
no, not at all.
Now, last year, it took you 4 months to recover. Is it going to take you time to